Hey, welcome to my journey into another weigh-in video. I typically do these on Thursday because that's my weigh-in day, which I weighed in, but I'll tell you in a few minutes why I didn't do it Thursday. But I thought, I've been sitting back here going through some magazines I found at Wanda's and watching Longmire again. I've been working on it for about a week now, and I thought I would just pause it and give y'all something good looking to look at while we talk. That's a good looking man right there. I'm just telling you right now, that is a good looking man. So if you ain't never seen Longmire, you need to see it. It's a good show. It is a good show. It is now on Paramount Plus. I used to watch it on Netflix, and then I didn't have Netflix anymore, so I couldn't watch it, obviously. And then January 1st, it moved to Paramount. So yes, Criminal Minds, I'm still watching on TV, but when I'm back here in my craft room, I'm going through Longmire again. I think, is there 6 seasons? I can't think right now. So I'm still in season 1. I'm on up in there, but I'm still in season 1. But anyway, so let's talk about my weigh-in. I'm at 0.2. So I consider that a maintain, which I'm going to tell you what, I wasn't sure, because I don't know no other words for it than I eat like a moron. I didn't eat good the past week. I just didn't. And I still had snacky snacks from Christmas. I ate some of them, and I'm going to tell you what, the rest of them went down the garbage disposal. I could not finish it off because I would have. And I'm just like, nope. I put it down the disposal, and that's where it went. Now, I still have my container in the freezer, and it's still in the freezer. I ain't eat it. I guess because when I think about it, I have to let it thaw out, and I don't have time because I'm going to bed, something of that nature. So I've just been leaving it alone. And then out of sight, out of mind too. That's got something to do with it. Ooh, that was hot. But so 0.2, I'm okay with. I would rather have a loss, but that 0.2 is a fluctuation in your body. Your body's going to fluctuate. Even if you have lost weight, your body's going to fluctuate. You might have lost weight the day before on the scales, but then it shows a gain the next day on the scales. So whatever. But I was going to tell you the reason why we didn't do this Thursday. Well, I had Jacob and Holly come Thursday morning, and so they was here a good little bit. And after that, I had to run to Food Line. I couldn't get a pickup order for the same day, I guess because of the snow. Let me roll my eyes. This big snowstorm we were supposed to have was a joke. I don't know where these weathermen get their information from. Maybe some people up north had it, but that what they told us did not happen. There is snow on the ground, but not enough to cover the grass. And then it either sleeted or had freezing rain or something after that, and then I went to bed, so I don't know what it did. But it's froze up out there now. There's just a thin layer of ice on the trees. I don't know what the roads are like. I'm not going to get out. I don't have anywhere to go. But anyway, I guess that's why I couldn't get a pickup order the same day for Food Line, because of people getting their snow groceries. And I did my groceries Thursday instead of Friday because I was afraid they wouldn't be able to deliver Friday. So even if it didn't snow like this, I don't think it would be safe to. I knew a storm was coming, but it didn't happen as massively as they predicted. Even 3 inches of snow is massive for us. But there's not about that much of snow. But I knew I should not have anybody out delivering my groceries, even if they had anybody doing it. But so anyway, I had to go to the store, and I'm going to tell you what. I had a little episode in the car. I just had a mental health afternoon that was not a good one. It was a bad mental health day after they left, I was good while they were here, and then they left, and I got weepy. I was on the way to the grocery store, and I just started crying. And I know some things that were going on in my head. You know how you can work things up in your head to be a scenario that ain't the scenario, but you work it up in your head to be. I just had some things in my head, and it just made me start crying. And then I got to the store, and it's like every single rude person in Kannapolis was in that food line. Rude, 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 rude. And it is a wonder I didn't get my booty kicked, because my mask will get me in trouble one day, because I think, and I think out loud. And gosh, it's getting louder. I gotta stop. But I get aggravated. Y'all, I just get aggravated at people. So I got there, and I got in the car, and I was just, even the song came on the radio that I didn't want to hear. I just reached up and I just turned the radio off. I didn't even listen to my Spotify or nothing going home. I just went home in silence. And I got home, and I just had crying jags all evening. And I got supper cooked, just a wonder, because when I get like that, I don't want to cook. But I knew I had to. David had to go to work. I had to feed him. So I got his supper cooked. It was an easy one, so that was good. But when I woke him up, I told him, I said, I've just had a bad evening. I felt terrible. And so I had planned on doing my weigh in after Jacob left. But with all that hit me, I was not in the mood to come on here and talk. Laugh, smile, act like everything was fine. No, sir, was not in the mood. Y'all would have had the worst video ever. Cranky, crying, miserable. Was not going to do it. I don't even think I could have thought of nothing to talk about. But I'm telling you all this not to say, oh, I'm sorry you had a bad day. I mean, you can be sorry for me. You can be sorry for me. No, I'm telling you that it's okay when you have a bad mental health day. Now, if you have them often and you're not seeing a professional, y'all know I give you these PSAs ever so often about mental health, because I've told you before, I'll tell you again, if you're new, I'm bipolar. I have been seeing a psychiatrist for years, and even before I saw him, I was on medications, and then I finally decided to quit having my family doctor deal with me and have a psychiatrist deal with me. And I'm glad I did, because he got to the root of the problem. The root of the problem was bipolar. And so I see him, I'm medicated, and I advocate for seeing a psychiatrist, a psychologist, somebody in that field that will help you. And if it means medication, honey, get your medication. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to tell your friend. You got a best friend. Don't be ashamed to tell them, look, I'm having a bad mental day. I'm just having a bad day. Just them acknowledging you is like, it validates your feeling. Not that you need validation, because what you feel is what you feel. You don't have to apologize for that to nobody. What you feel is what you feel. Will y'all hold on a minute and let me turn this air down? Hold on. Okay. I get in here in this little room with the door shut, and that heat comes straight right there, and it just, the front part of the house is so big and open, you have to crank it up to get that part warm, because it gets really chilly up there. But if you get in these rooms, especially with the door shut, anyway, you don't need anybody to validate your feelings, but sometimes it feels good to have that validation, to kind of tell you, think, well, it's not in my head, which it kind of is in your head. It's in your brain. Your brain does these things. Your brain is wild and wacky little thing up here in your head. It does all kind of things. So if you suffer from these bouts and you've not seen anybody, I strongly urge you to see somebody. If you do see somebody and you're on medication, and you have somebody that knows your history and you're being treated, it's okay to have these days. You know you're not going to stay in it. And if you do, go back to your professional, because then there's something wrong. I've been there. I've been on the depressive side. I've been on the manic side too, let me tell you. But sometimes your depression is situational. Like when my niece died, I had a long depression. That was situational. That was not, well, it added on to my already depressed stuff. But there was a situation that caused me to be depressed. So there are things that happen that can cause you to be depressed. But then there are just chemicals and biology and whatever, all the fancy words you want to use, that can cause you to be depressed. And those are the things that situations are not going to change. Somebody telling you to snap out of it is not going to change. Somebody giving you advice. People are very well meaning in giving advice. And if there's advice that they give that's not going to help because it's not a situation that can be changed, then see somebody. I'm just telling you, don't be ashamed. So that is my PSA for today again. So I was having a bad day. That is why we are here today on Saturday. Now I'm here to tell you, listen, I keep looking at him down there. I have got to do something. And the one thing that has been bothering me for ever since, especially Halloween and Christmas, because those are our holidays, where and Thanksgiving with the sweets at Halloween, all the candy and the desserts and the Thanksgiving desserts and the Christmas snacks and desserts. You start in October and you go through to the end of the year of just cramming sugar down your throat. I do. I don't know about y'all, but I do. And sugar is just terrible. Sugar's terrible. I quit sugar several years back. Quit it. I mean, I quit it. Just like that. Well, it wasn't just like that. But I washed my hands of it. And I felt so good. I can't remember what came up. Something came up and I ate some sugar. And I just went on that slippery slope, right back down into it. And I've never got off it again. So I'm trying to go 1 week. I want to go 1 week without sugar and see if I can do it. I'm not going to say my goal is to quit sugar forever, because that's too big. That's too big of a target to hit. That's like trying to hit the bullseye on the broadside of a barn. There's a lot of area out there to hit. Well, no, you can hit your bullseye better on the barn. You can't hit one this little. That don't make sense. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say it's too lofty of a goal to try to hone in on the bullseye. You need smaller chunks. And my chunk I'm going to start with is 7 days. So I just started this morning because David, he had some dental work yesterday, and he's on a soft diet for 4 or 5 days, which we didn't know he'd have to be. So we stopped at the store on the way home, and I'm here to tell you we picked up a box of Krispy Kreme donuts. They're soft. We seen them and we're like, oh. So we got them, and I ate some yesterday. I'm not eating them more today. I'm not eating them more. I had them. So today I had a nice protein breakfast, eggs and liver mush. I did my eggs over medium so the yolk can run off on that liver mush. Woo, that's so good. And I tracked it in my FitnessPal. I do healthy, but I don't pay for it anymore, and so I couldn't figure out how to get the macros. But my FitnessPal, you can slide right over to the macros and it shows you protein and 2 other things. So I got my protein in this morning. I can't get in. Your body can only take what they told me at the bariatric clinic, 30 grams of protein in one sitting. That's all your body can use. The rest of it is just wasted, basically, because your body can only metabolize whatever. I'm always looking for a word. processed, the 30 grams. And so you don't need to go over that, because to me, you'd be wasting calories trying to get in protein that your body's not going to use. So I didn't get nowhere near 30 grams a day, and I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to with my stomach, because when I eat pure protein, it lays on it like a ton of bricks. And I will have to eat smaller meals throughout the day to get enough protein. I was reading, I got it written down somewhere. It's point something per pound of body weight is how much grams of protein you're supposed to have a day. And I don't remember what the point was, but I remember mine was 184. 184 grams of protein? No flipping way. Who needs 104 grams of protein? A bodybuilder, maybe? Not me. I don't need that much. I think that's crazy. I think that's just way too high. I'm not a doctor. Don't take me as one. You eat what you want to eat. But to me, that's too much. I don't think I have enough room or time in the day to get in 184, even if I wanted to, and I don't want to. If I can get in up to 30 grams on 3 meals and try to have decent snacks in between, because I have to eat every few hours or I get, I just do. That's how my body is made. Now, I can go if I'm busy, like if I'm back here crafting or something, I can go for hours. But if I'm not, I got to have something, because it's like my body knows, oh, you're not doing anything. I'm going to start shaking on you if you don't eat. And then I get back here and I get busy and I don't think about it. So there, take that as you will. But I'm going to try to eat my protein, because you got to have your protein. And they especially said with this bariatric surgery, if you don't eat your protein, you're not going to lose weight. Well, I believe it, because I ain't been eating my protein. I ain't eat it hardly since I've had this daggum surgery. And I'm going to try to quit that sugar for 7 days. I just feel like if I can't do something for 7 days, you know what I'm saying? Just 7 little days. And if I can get through just one day at a time, then that'll be one off the list. And who knows, if I can get to 7, maybe I can up it to 14, or even half of that. 7 and, I don't know, whatever. Let's say 4, 11. Get through 11 days. Get through 7 and get through one day at a time after that. And if I mess up, just pick right back up the next day, the next meal, whatever, and keep going. But I know I got my belly growling. I don't know if it's this coffee going down. I just know I got to get off the sugar. It is not good for you. It is not healthy for you. It causes diabetes. It causes fat. I'm sorry. It makes us big and fat. I can say that because I am big and fat. Listen, if you ain't big and fat, don't call me big and fat. But I am, so I can. That's how I see it. But it causes all kind of health problems when you eat the sugar. And here's another thing that doesn't have anything to do with weight loss, but I've been investigating dementia and memory problems, that kind of thing, because I've never come on here and told y'all this, but I'm legit concerned about it for me, because my memory, y'all do know my memory is terrible. I don't remember things from my childhood. I don't remember things from my kids' childhood. I don't remember things from my trip to Nags Head when me and David went. I can see pictures in my mind, but I don't remember specifics. I can do something. I got things in my house. I don't even remember where I bought them from. I can have it a month and look at them like, where did I even get that? I don't know. I just have bad memory problems, long term and short term, and it bothers me. It really does bother me. I don't want to try to let it prey on my mind, but it kind of does. And so I've been looking into that, and there's some supplements. Now, I'm not going to tell you what they are because I'm not a doctor and I can't diagnose it. So you do your own homework on that. But there's some vitamin supplements that I have ordered that I'm going to be taking just to try to help the building blocks in my body. I don't know what else to call them. So that's something that doesn't have anything to do with my weight, other than maybe stress. I think stress can cause weight gain, right? Doesn't stress have to do something playing on your weight? And stress can play a role in a lot of other things. So I have been stressing about it, and I'm trying not to. So if I can do something proactive, then I feel like I would be helping myself, and what can it hurt? And I will tell my doctor what I'm taking so she knows when I go see her. I'll add it to my list of stuff, but because she knows what I take now. But that's what I'm doing for that. Listen, is anybody else out there trying to give up sugar? If y'all are, let me know. Let me know what's helping you. Now, I'm going to try to give up like sugar, snacks, and treats and stuff like that. I'm not giving up bread right now. Now, I'm not giving up taters. I don't care. Taters is too healthy for you to give up. I'm sorry, I said it. I'll stand by it. Look it up. Taters is good for you. They say don't eat nothing white. Well, I take exception to the tater. But I'm not saying, okay, I'm giving up sugar. I'm giving up all bread products because I am trying to go low carb. Eat my protein. I'm trying to go low carb. You know, I went low carb several years ago, and I did hold on. I don't know where that came from. Of course, I have been up since 3 o'clock. I just woke up and my legs was bothering me, and Dave was in the bed, and I kept wiggling my legs around. I knew I was going to wake him up. My back hurt, so I just got on up. But I did low carb several years back, and I did really, really well on it. And I always call this my carb face, because even though I have lost more weight than I had lost back then, my face was still thinner because I think the carbs caused the bloat. I don't know for a fact. I ain't looked it up, but that's what I say, because when I'm low carb, it don't do like that. Like, I just feel like my face is so fat and fluffy. Just, I don't know. But I'm going to work on my low carb, and eating the protein will help, because if I eat the protein first, I don't have room in my belly for no carbs. Hold on. Okay, I don't want that to start. I apologize. And there ain't no sugar in my coffee. I just put some powdered creamer and some half and half in there. I've got stuck on the powdered creamer. I think it might have corn syrup solids in it, honestly, but I can't taste it, so it don't taste sweet to me at all. I can't drink sweet coffee. Not sweet hot coffee. I can drink sweet iced coffee with the creamers in it. Now, if I decide to make one of those, would I call that an exception? I don't know. I could get zero sugar ones, but I don't want to. So I'm going to try to go back to the low carb. Now this week for prep. Oh, let me tell you, tomorrow we got a collab coming out. You know, the girls, Joan and Sandy and Edie and myself, we're doing the pantry challenge. And so we're all doing certain videos the same. We can do our own separate videos, whatever we want to do, but there's certain we're doing as little mini collabs. And so tomorrow is our meals video. So like a week's worth, how many every day's worth of meals? What breakfast, lunch, supper, whatever you want it to be, it's your video. And so we got that coming up tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. And then we'll have another one. We'll have mid-month check-in. We have our menu planning grocery haul on Fridays. We have, and I got to film it. I didn't cook last night with David's situation. I was going to do my collab. We're doing like what is it called? Let me read. I think I said wrong. A pantry mix homemade convenience food. Yes. And so I'm going to tell you what I'm making. I've been wanting to make it for the longest time. And so there's my way to do it. I've had the recipe saved back in my book. Not even the current book I'm in, one of the previous books I'm in. I've got like 4 back there. I don't know what, in previous years, recipes I wanted to try, whatever happened to them, I don't know. But several years back, I started composition books, and I would paste recipes in there. I wanted to try out of magazines. I'd print them offline, cut them out, put them in there. So I'm on like my 4th composition book. You can get a lot of recipes in one composition book, let me tell you. But, so that's coming up tomorrow. I got to figure out how to do it. But prep this week, I only wanted to make one thing, and that's some, I think, honey barbecue mini meatloaves. I think's what it's called. They sounded really good, but I've run out of room in my refrigerator. I don't know where to put them. I have some leftovers in there. I have some mashed taters from David he bought to eat. They're in there. So I don't know if I'm going to prep or not. If I do, it would be today, I imagine, or Monday, so I can do my collab today, because it goes up it goes up Tuesday. I don't want to be doing it Monday and then something happens and I don't get it edited and be ready for Tuesday morning. So maybe I'll do that today. But that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be swearing off sugar for 7 days and eating my protein and eating low carb in general. Now, if I want a piece of bread, I'm going to have a piece of bread. Like yesterday, I ate a liver mush sandwich. This morning, I just ate liver mush and eggs. So I didn't have any carbs with it. Sometimes, oh gosh. Oh man. Sometimes it holds me better if I have a little carb with it. Like if I had that and a little piece of toast, sometimes it holds me better than when it's just straight up protein. Do any of y'all ever find that to be true? And I thawed out a couple bagels. David said he could eat bagels. We got some cream cheese for him to spread on it, so I thawed me one out too. I don't know what he's going to eat this morning. I'll go in there and ask him if he needs me to cook it for him. I will. He cooks his own breakfast though, so he'll be in there cooking it when he's ready to eat. But that's I think all in a nutshell that I have to talk about this week. Well, that was a nice slurp. I'm excited to try that book that I showed on my menu plan yesterday. That if you don't watch my menu plan, because everybody don't care. It's this Know Before You Go from She's in Your Apron. It's a price book. So you have your place to put the brand and the size and the date and the price per unit. So, and the date, I'm assuming the date goes on the top. So I'm excited. She's got them all in categories. So I'm excited to do that. And I have also started keeping in my book over here. I want to see how much we spend on groceries this month. So I got, see, this is where I started keeping my price book. That's what I was telling you. And it was just too hard to go up to. So I'm keeping my, what I spend on groceries. Publix yesterday was expensive because we bought stuff off a plan, off a pantry challenge because it was for him. And then I'm not going to cook, so I picked me up a few things too. couple cans of spaghetti meatballs. Yes, I did. You heard me. I've told y'all before. If I didn't have to cook for David, that's probably how I'd live. Spaghetti meatballs. I love Chef Boyardee's spaghetti meatballs. I don't care what you say. I do. So I'd eat soup, whatever I felt like. So I got me a few things to eat while he's eating his soft foods. I could probably have some of his mashed taters. I don't think he can eat all of them. He got a couple different flavors. But I'm going to try to get back into I'm going to try to get back into my junk journals. I really want to do that. I'm pulling out pages off my magazines to use in those. Things to put up for Christmas, things to put up for Halloween. I didn't do any of those this year. I just wasn't feeling it. And talking about not feeling it, I'm telling you right now, I just don't think I'm doing Vlogmas next year. That wore me out. Between the Vlogmas and taking 2 trips to West Virginia, 1 week to the next week, that was just too much. It was just too much. And all the baking and stuff I did for the treats, I just had too much going on. And I was wore out. Come January, I was exhausted. Absolutely 100% exhausted, because I'm not the most unexhausted person you would want to meet. I have bad physical days, and they just added to it. So I know a lot of you love Vlogmas, but I declare, I just don't think I can do it again. I just don't. Maybe my mind will change when we come to it, but gosh, it's hard. It's hard. And when you don't have energy, it's harder. And trying to think of something for 31 days, that's hard too. But I guess that's all I'm going to talk about. I hope you enjoyed this beauty right here. Maybe you heard what I talked about. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. So anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about today. Let me know below if you're doing no sugar, low carb. Let me know what you're doing. What are you doing for the new year to lose weight, or just for your health journey? However, whatever health journey you're on. So let me know. All right, well, that's it for me today, and come back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, for our Pantry Challenge Meals video.